Okay guys, I'm going to be inserting some clips during this video you're seeing right now of me putting together Stacy's kennel, getting Stacy's travel kennel, and all of that. But you're going to see me talking in those clips, but I'm going to take away the sound. You don't need to sit there and listen to all my little comments about the kennel and getting it put together. So I'll attach some clips just so you guys can see that. But I will just let you know, since I'm cutting out the sound from those, I'm going to let you know some of the things that were a struggle. And I will also include a brief clip of me actually in the moment, stressed and struggling because it just didn't make any sense to me. But I'm going to give you guys a full-blown update. So I do apologize that this video is going to be a bit longer than usual because it has been almost 3 weeks since I've given you guys an update. Just so much has been going on with getting their travel kennel, to getting their shots, everything that's been going on just in life in general. So much has been happening and I needed to actually edit this video. Whereas all the other videos I've pretty much posted didn't have any edits. So let's start with the travel kennel. Okay, got Stacy's, put it all together. You will see in the clip there was a food dish and a water dish. Those were the incorrect ones. I had reached out to Starwood and I said, hey, like there's no way she's going to be able to get food out of this. This thing is this deep. She's a teeny little dog. Well, like her head is that, like she's teeny weeny. She's not going to be able to get her food out of that thing. She only gets a third a cup of food. It's going to be barely at the bottom. She'd have to stick dang near half her body in there to get her food. So I was like, this is not going to work. And then the water thing it was not right, okay? And so I sent them pictures and she was like, oh, you're right. That's totally wrong. Like, I don't even know what that is. So then they sent her bedding and additional water and food dish. Her bedding did not fit. And so, hey, bud, can you lay down? Can you lay down, baby? Come on, lay down, please. Please lay down. You can lay here. Oh, you knocked my phone over. Lay down, Ruckle, please. They sent another one. Ruckle, please leave it alone. Please leave it alone. They sent her blanket and another food and water dish. Or her bed, okay? So I put the bed in. The bed did not fit. It was too big, okay? Sent a picture of that. The water and food dish that they sent, the new one, would have been perfect, except it did not fit in the bars. Once there was a piece that needed to go between the bars, and then another piece that attached to it, and then had a part that went like, maybe it was this way. Anyways, if I got this one in perfectly, you could not fit the other piece in. It was not in line with the bars. I even had my husband try and everything. I tried it upside down. I tried it the other way. I tried it on the other side. I tried it in different sections, everything. It would not fit. So I was like, what in the world is going on? So I messaged them again. Hey, this is the wrong bed. This is the wrong water and food dish. It still does not fit. So she's like, okay, I don't know what's going on. So they sent another bed and another water and food dish. This water and food dish finally fit. But the bed that they sent was the same exact bed as the first one. And I was like, hey, this is the same one, so it's not going to fit. And then she goes, okay, let me reach out to them, get them to order a new one. Finally got that one today. Now they also sent Rocco's bedding so he could get used to it because he doesn't get to get used to his travel kennel. Now the problem is Rocco is a German Shepherd, okay? He's hairy. He's covered in fur. That dog is not going to be cold, okay? The bedding that they gave is probably about this thick, but it's that plushy fleece material, and I think he's going to be too hot, okay? Usually he sleeps on the couch, which as you can see, well, this is the blanket. Well, these parts you see over here, it's not super plushy like this. It's not super thick. He lays on the couch, but when he gets too hot, guess where he lays? On the floor. He lays on the floor. And our house is kept to about 63 degrees at nighttime. So I don't want to put that bedding in his kennel because I think he is going to be too warm. Okay. So I have to then now go out of pocket to buy a different kind of bedding for him. I'm going to buy something that is kind of cushiony, but is maybe like yoga mat material or something like that. Something that is going to be cooler to the touch instead of a warm fleece bedding. That is not going to work for him. So it is kind of sad that they don't really take into account the different needs for different breeds. A German Shepherd, a Husky, a Lab, and all that, they're probably not going to need bedding that is warm like that. They're going to need something that's actually going to keep them cooler. Now, Stacy, who's back here, who has a sweater on and still shivers, she needs that kind of bedding. And I'll probably put a very tiny blanket in there so she can get under it and be warm if she needs to be, but she can also get out from under it to be cooler. But I'm not going to put a sweater on her or anything because I also don't want her to overheat. When I was reading some articles, they said that is the number one concern with long flights is dogs overheating because they don't get water during the flight. They don't get that stuff. So that's 12 hours. And if they overheat for that long, that could potentially be very, very bad, So I'm not putting that bedding in there for him. So it sucks that is what is included. So if you are somebody who uses this service and you are concerned about your big dog or your fluffy dog, you will have to come out of pocket additionally. I wish that they would have multiple options to choose from that were included in the price. Because a lot of this that, I'm realizing later on is a lot out of pocket that I still have to pay on top of paying $15,000, over $15,000. It's like $15,700 or $15,500 or $15 something like that. Or over $15,000 I'm paying. And then also had to pay $500 for all their vaccines. Also have to now get this bedding for him. And so it's just a lot of little inconvenient things. And then she asked me to get all the vet documents for them. And I had to come back and tell her no, because she said that they didn't want to be chasing down, the vet for the paperwork, that it would just be better if I did it. And I had to say no, because I was like, this is a service I paid for. It's included. It says I have a vet and document team to liaison with my vet to get anything and everything that they need from the vet. That is not something that I should be doing. I paid for this service. I'm paying over $15,000. And then you want me to go to the vet. And I've told them numerous times, the vet knows, the vet is ready to give you guys what you need, but you guys haven't contacted them yet. I have told my vet 3 times, I've seen them already, and told them that Starwood is going to be reaching out to them to get this information from them, and they have not heard anything from them. So I'm like, how are you going to tell me that you don't want to go back and forth and chase the vet when you haven't even contacted them yet? My vet they know, they're ready to give that information. So I'm just like, there really shouldn't be a problem for them from my vet, okay? And again, that's a service that I pay for, that I'm paying for. So, like, get your team to do whatever it is that they need to do to get the stuff from the vet and liaison with the vet. And then I even told her, like, Stacy is fully done with her vaccines. Rocco has his last one on Tuesday. So they will be fully done by then. And I gave them the information to call the vet. I gave them their hours. I gave them everything. And they still have not even contacted the vet yet. Now, I can understand waiting until Tuesday, right, for Rocco to be done. But they've already asked me for the paperwork numerous times. And I'm like, why wouldn't you just wait until they're completely done with their shots? I told you they would be done by the end of the month. But here you are bugging me for their paperwork. That's not my job. That's your job. I'm paying $15,000 for this. That is your job. I'm not going to do it. Okay. Now, if we got to the point where like it was time for us to leave and they didn't have that paperwork, then that's different. But my vet has been ready to give them that paperwork from the moment I told them we were leaving. And I told them Starwood would be contacting them. And I've told them this 3 times now. So they're very aware that they should be getting contacted by Starwood to get this, information over to them. So it's just like all these little things. And the communication is not very good. All I'm going to say pretty much about Starwood in terms of should you use a pet relocation company, I feel like it depends on who you are. If you are somebody who stresses a lot about the little things, no, don't. You're better off doing it yourself. If you are somebody who just basically wants to completely hand it over and not do anything, and you've got the money, because I don't have the money, like literally, my dad is buying my car at the beginning of January, which will cover this. I don't have the money to pay for this. And so it's like, could I have saved thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to do it myself? I could have. The reason I joined was so that way I didn't have to worry about all of these little things. But then it's like, here I am paying $15,000 to not worry about all these little things. And then the communication is not very good, so I'm worrying about all these little things. The incorrect guidelines and what I need to get done has to keep being double checked because it's not correct the first time. So that's more little things that I'm stressing about. There's extra things that I have to pay for on top of everything I'm paying for now. There's information that she doesn't know about our trip. So it's like there's so much that I'm still stressing about while spending $15,000 that I don't have. So now not only is it a financial worry, it is also a worry of paperwork, a worry of if they're going to have the right bedding in the food and water dish, of if they're going to get their food when they're supposed to get their food and their medicine when they're supposed to get their medicine. And what day are we even leaving? Well, they don't know until we get the import permit, which can't apply for until they got their vaccine done. And it's like all of this stress and stuff is being passed on to me when I'm not the person that's supposed to be handling all this. It's them. And so I feel like if you're somebody who, me telling you all of this right now, you feel like you don't want the added stress of paying $15,000, then just do it yourself. Do it yourself. It's going to be a lot cheaper, but honestly, I'd probably have the same level of stress right now that I would have if I was doing it myself. Like, do with that what you will. Okay. Those of you that are looking to relocate with your pets, I did look at, I think 1 or 2 other companies, but I had just looked at their pricing. The only one that I actually spoke to, had a consultation with, was Starwood. And Paul is phenomenal. I wish I could deal with Paul this whole entire process. I don't know if he's just not a coordinator or doesn't want to do it or whatever, but I had my consultation call with him and he answered all my questions. And anytime I had any more questions, I'd get on a call with him. We'd talk it out. We'd go through all the things, right? And he had all the answers to everything. He had more answers for me than my coordinator has had. And we've had to go back and forth because her communication just is not best. And so there's just, I feel like for everything that has happened with the service and is going on with the service, I feel like it is not worth the $15,000. Okay. And here's what I mean by that. I will pay anything to bring my dogs overseas with us, right? But what I'm getting at is what is included in the price and the people that I'm dealing with is not worth paying over $15,000. One, their kennels were $1,700. That included Stacy's small one, Rocco's custom one. Having somebody pick them up from our house and take them to the airport was like $1,500. Then having somebody pick them up from Bangkok to bring them to us in Hua Hin was like an additional $1,500. To me, that's insane. I could rent a car for a day and drive my dogs down there and come back. The reason why we're not doing that is because, one, it's so stressful with these dogs in the car because they're so high anxiety. We do not want to drive 5 hours one way. And so I know a lot of you are like, well, there you have it. You're paying for convenience. I understand that. But what I'm saying is, I don't think the overall price is worth what we're actually getting from this. And I get it. It's a business and all of that. They have to charge more so they can pay employees and things like that. But when you look at the cost to do it yourself, this isn't like, oh, it's only $1,000 more to do this. No, we're talking about significantly more expensive. Like, let's say I've had to pay $1,500 for Rocco's kennel and her kennel, right? We're at $1,500. The import permit to Thailand is not expensive, okay? Getting a health certificate from the vet last minute is not expensive. The vaccines are $500. So let's just say in total we're at $2,500, right? Plane tickets for a dog are not that expensive. I've talked to other people who have paid probably like $400 per dog, right? Some airlines, it really depends. But let's just add another $1,000 to that, right? And then maybe some of the other little paperwork, other little things we need. Let's just add another $1,000 to be safe. So what would that be? I don't know what I started with. We'll just say $4,500, $5,000, right? We'll just say that. Then we'd have to take them to the airport, renting a car, getting down there, coming back, gas, all that jazz. Getting to Bangkok, going there would be super cheap. It's like $100 from Bangkok to Hua Hin or less, okay? So let's just say $6,000. We'll just top it off at $6,000. I'm paying almost, well, what would that be? I almost said four. I was thinking $4,000. So let's just say $6,000. I'm paying $9,000 more than, I'm paying more than double what I would be paying if I would have just done this myself. But again, one of the reasons why we decided to do this was so that way I didn't have the stress of having to figure all of this out on my own. But as we have learned our lesson, not only do I have the stress of figuring it out because this is a hot mess, I also have the stress of paying $15,000. So that's what you got. That's what I've. It's a lot, you guys. And you'll see it. I'll add the clips in here. You will see me being so stressed with everything that's going on. I'm literally stressed right now just telling you guys about it. I feel like it should be more like $10,000, you know? I think 15 is insane. I unless you had money to blow, like you had an extra 15 grand just laying around, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't. So there you have it. I hope you enjoy these clips of me trying to put this kennel together and stressing over the stupid water. And I literally wanted to chuck the kennel across the room, like, ugh. But I got my tree up. It's not decorated yet, but look, I got the tree up. Oh, and there's Rock Boy. And facing the wall. Okay, well, see you guys in the next one. Enjoy those videos. Bye. Hello, everyone. All right, let's explain what we got going on here. My lighting is probably so bad right now, and these dogs are going to be crazy the whole video. We got Peanut's travel kennel. We won't get Rocco's because this is a custom one, so he does not get to get acclimated to it or anything like that. But at least little one does. So this is Peanut's. She's in a BB 45 size kennel, but I think we still have to like put it together. Obviously, it's bigger than the box, so I know there is some assembly required. Okay, so we're gonna see what that's looking like. And if it's easy, then I'm just gonna go ahead and put it together on the video. I'll probably fast forward some parts, okay? Wow, this is actually kind of a large kennel for this little dog, but at least she will be comfortable. So there's no thing to put the water in. And if she has to eat out of this, she's not going to be able to, because it's so deep. So I'm gonna have to call them and kind of figure that out, because then if the water just comes out of this hole, it doesn't have a thing like the hamsters have where it'll only come out if they're drinking it. Like, it's literally just a hole. So if you put water in there, it's just gonna come out of there. I mean, unless they're gonna put like a little dish of water, a little dish, and then put the water in so this goes in the dish. I don't really know. But this is all it came with. It came with this, and these, which I assume are to like, no, just kidding. It's to connect the top to the blue part. But they said there's supposed to be a bedding in here too. There's not a bedding. So I'm gonna have to email them that to figure that out, because I don't understand what's going on with this water and food part. But there's also no bedding, and there's supposed to be a bedding. I mean, unless the guy that is driving them is gonna have the bedding. I don't know why he wouldn't have shipped with this. But essentially, this is, that's pretty, it's gigantic for this little dog. Oh my gosh. Let me show you guys. Let me flip this camera around. Look at this. That is massive. She literally is in this little teeny tiny kennel over here. And look at this big, I don't know if this is the smallest they have, but look, Peanut, there's your new home. Get in, Stacy. In. Get in, Stacy. Get in. Stacy. In your kennel. She's like, my kennel's over here. No, you're trying to. Well, that's not gonna work. So yeah, we're gonna email. I'm gonna email them, because like I said, this is all I have. Again, I assume this one is for food, and this is for water. But look at it. It literally just is gonna pour straight out of there. So I don't even know. And then yeah, it just goes on here. But like, that's kind of loose, you know, like, I guess. I don't really know what all they're doing, but I'm going to email them right now. So I'm probably going to make a second part of this video once I figure out more of what's going on, and show you guys it all done. All right? Thanks. That's all I got for right now. All right, guys. What I'm going to do is actually put it together the best that I can while I wait for the email. I emailed them, and obviously I'm gonna have to wait a little bit for a response, but I watched a video on how to do this, so we're gonna give it a shot. Maybe I should still have the video up. Okay, so that's gonna open it. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this with you guys here with me. So this is not centered on here. Okay, we're just gonna, Stacey, get over here. I'm trying to put this together for you. And where's that supposed to go? In here? Guys, this is not with instructions. Okay. This is not on here. Jesus. I feel like this is a two-person thing. Like, how am I supposed to, okay, because, yep, the door is in here. No, move, bud, move. Let's see if I can get better on an angle here. Oh, yeah. Okay, let's see if I can get one of these things to go in there, and then maybe that will make it easier once I get, hey, can you get that on, bud? Look over here, like, it's supposed to come with instructions, like all these things, and it doesn't. Why does it say tie down? If that's where it ties down, then where does this stuff go? Jesus. It says tie down. Am I putting this in the wrong spot then? Lift here. Dude, I don't know. They didn't give me any instructions. I'm assuming. Okay, Jesus. This is definitely gotta be like a two-person dog, because there's no way. Like, what is happening here? There we go, sort of. Let's see. Oh, Jesus. Maybe not. Maybe I prematurely celebrated. No, that's semi-right. Oh, Jesus. It's just a kennel for the dog. Why is it so stiff? what's going on. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing here. Like, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to go in here like this, but I don't want to force it and then like break because it is not budging. It clicked and made that noise on the other side, but it's not. Oh, it's on this side. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Oh yeah. Dude, literally like forcing it with all of my strength. I gotta take this piece off that I already put on here. Maybe it's out of whack a little bit. Okay, here we go. Maybe this. That one's not enough. Okay. Let's see how long it takes to screw in all of these little things. One down. 24 more to go. Just kidding. There's like 12. I don't know. But you have to unscrew them, then put them in here, then screw them back on. Like, not to put all our blankets in here because I already know she's not gonna want to lay in here without all her bedding and stuff. But I also just covered a little bit, and there's not a lot of bed in here. Now, luckily, she's a little bed in her kennel, but I don't think it's allowed. Which is funny because I'm pretty sure it's a bath mat. We didn't get it for her when we got her from Maria. She already had that in there. So I'm pretty sure Maria got her that bath mat as a thing, as a bed. But at least her kennel's kind of cute. It's blue and orange, which is funny. We made fun of my dad because he painted his house orange and blue. And we told him those don't go together. He's like, a combination of colors, whatever. You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now. I don't care. They don't go together. It's freaking hideous. Like, I don't care. I don't care what sports teams are blue and orange. I don't care what homes, what bags, what fashion. Blue and orange together is hideous. I don't care what anybody says. Ugly. It is so ugly. I don't know if they just use the orange so that it's bright and all that, but like, couldn't you just use like brown at the bottom or something? Like, why do you have to use blue? And then Rocco, like I said, he's doing a custom kennel. So, oh, and for those of you that may be watching this that also then don't receive instructions on how to do this, put the door on. Like, put the two kind of on top, put the door on, put it down, and then go all the way around and kind of close it together. And you can put all these things on there. Just don't put them in the area that says tie down. That's where the airport people are gonna have to tie that stuff down. Which is what I assumed. The only video I watched was a short that just showed to put the door on and put these on. So I just assumed they were not to go in the tie down area because that is what once they get loaded on the plane, that is then what they would use to kind of strap them in. We're almost halfway done. My shoulder's not having a good time, but that's okay. We're gonna get these screwed in here, okay? Because the longer she has in here, the better. And those of you that might be like, how is this hurting your shoulder? Okay, these things not even really like tighten, but like there's some spin, but whatever. I had surgery on my shoulder a long time ago, 2021, and ever since then, it's difficult to really do anything that requires my arm to be up, if that makes sense. Basically, what I'm doing right now, putting the dishes away, that repetitive kind of, cooking. Like if my arm is like raised up versus like resting somewhere, it just fatigues really fast. So it just gets tired and sore and painful and all that jazz. But we're gonna get this put together, okay? I guess I'm right-handed because like I'd probably still be on like the third one if I had to use my left hand. So we're making do with what we got. I don't know if there's a better way I'm supposed to be tightening these things down, but whatever. You would think if it was that serious, they would give me some instructions. But they didn't. Why don't they just ship it already put together? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, you'll use a bigger box. Okay, maybe she might cost a little more. Don't pay a lot of money for this. So why can't you just help me out and just put it together and ship it already done? Oh dear. This one's busted. I don't know if it's gonna. Maybe it's gonna need a little more time, but that one's a little busted. Figure it out. Which is funny because it says live analog on here, right? I don't know who designed these, but why would important information be in the same color that the crate is in? So like the crate is orange, and all the text on it, like live animal, that's orange. Lift from here, that's orange. Tie down, that's orange. Pet palace, all this stuff, like is all in orange. Like what? That is not easy to read. I feel like I should have put the accent in blue or something. I don't know, but I don't know why they have it in such a in the same color. That doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know who designs these, but whoever is designing them, that's a horrible idea. But I'm not the one designing them, so now we will see. Almost done. Oh, no, come on, you're blocking the whole camera. Just lay down, guys. Let's see it. Get in there, Peanut. She's like, no. Come here. Get in the kennel. She's like, absolutely not. Rocco, move, bud. She said, no way, Jose. This thing's so small for these things are gonna take up the whole door. Like, come on, man. Move, come on, move. Do I need to put it in your kennel so I can just move? Okay, I'm gonna put this like as low as it'll go. It's still close. Okay, and then the water. Maybe it goes on the outside, and then maybe that's how it goes. That's the only way it fit. It's on the outside. Alright, well they're in a kennel because they're not making this easy for me, okay? That was the only way that it fit. Was on the outside. So I'm assuming, yeah, they're gonna put whatever water thing in here. And then it's gonna, I don't know, come out of this. I don't really know. I don't understand how that's working. But it won't attach on the inside. There's like, since it's this way, there's no way to, unless it's supposed to, but then I have to, no, that's not gonna work. So it has to be, it's gonna have to be on like the outside. Maybe I can move this over a little bit. Yeah, that might be okay. Right there. But this is gonna have to be on the outside. I don't know. Where's a good location to put this? Rocco, I swear, dude. I'm gonna kick your ass. I don't know how I have this in here. Stress me out, guys. Stress me out. Didn't I have it in there? I thought I did. I don't know. Alright. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I know this is a long video. I'm gonna speed up the parts of me putting it together, but just gotta keep it real, I guess. I've been so stressed lately. Trying to do, what I can around the house for this move. trying to take care of the dogs, take care of myself, help around the house, help with whatever. There's so much going on right now. And I feel like I don't have the time. I don't have the patience. I don't have the finances. I don't have anything. And it's overwhelming. Now, I'm one of those people, if I hold my emotions for too long, one of two things happens. I either cry to just, you got to get it out some way. Okay, there's nothing wrong with crying. It's not a boo-hoo, poor me cry. It's I need to get this stress out of my freaking body before it eats me alive kind of cry. Okay. Or I get really angry and frustrated and it's all the words to describe just being angry. And I'm at the point where every little thing is sending me over the edge right now. The second he barked, you guys didn't see what happened, but I basically freaking lost my marbles. I just yelled at him to get in his kennel. I don't hit them or anything. But I couldn't. The second I heard him bark, I just was like, you freaking, like, yesterday got whacked with $2,500 to fix my car. And it's just so much going on. And like, I don't have my car right now, so I can't do some of the things that I need to be doing. Tuesday, I have physical therapy. I have the chiropractor. Stacy has a grooming appointment. It's just like, and then Wednesday, I don't even want to look at the calendar. Yeah, I don't think you guys can see it from here, but even when my husband looked at it, he was like, that looks so stressful. And I'm like, well, no freaking duh, it looks stressful. There's 97 things on this calendar. Like, he has his race this weekend in Warda, Texas. Luckily we have his sister that can come watch the dogs, but it's like, it's very stressful. And I literally just had this on here and I took it off and now I can't get it back on. So I'm just going to stop, because if I keep trying, I'm probably going to throw it. Just kidding. I don't think I'd throw it, but I'm on the verge of wanting to. And I feel like a lot of people, when they move, they make it seem like such a great thing, which, I mean, it is. The end result is, but the process, leave it alone. The process is not always the easiest, and not a lot of people talk about this part, about the organizing all your stuff at home, selling your stuff, getting rid of your stuff, finding a bank that you can have overseas. What about your dogs? What about medical stuff? What about work or income or school? Or, if you've got kids, you got to worry about a little bit more things than we do. But it's like, they just make it sound so easy. Like, oh yeah, just sell all your stuff and move overseas, which I love the phrase. It's that simple. It's not that easy. It is as simple as just selling your stuff and going overseas, but it's not that easy. Simple and easy are not the same thing, okay? And so I always remind myself of that kind of phrase, because it has not been easy. Like, I had to go get my passport renewed. People were like, you can do it over there, but I was like, I don't want to worry about that. Like, as soon as I get over there, having to figure that out. So I'm just going to do it here. And in 4 years, when my husband's expires, we'll figure out his while we're overseas. But I just can't wait for it to be over. Like, I'm so glad I have 9,000 bags of Nello Super Calm, because I've been drinking it. I've been needing it. I've been losing it. I've been trying my best to hold it together every single day. And then those of you that have families, you know, it's not just your stress too. Like, you know, your family calls you, oh, your grandpa's in the hospital, and then, oh, this and oh, that, and then this family calls about this, and this family calls about, and then you got it's holiday season, and it's just like, I wish that I could just go to sleep for the next 2.5 months while somebody else does all of this. And then I could just be over there and not do this part. But as we all know, this is part of it. You can't, I mean, unless you are made of money and you hired people to do it all for you, but we're not there yet. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I know this is a long video, but I just wanted you to see, I guess, some more real sides of everything that you have to do. And like, we don't even own a home, or we don't have any more payments on our cars. I paid that off like 2 months ago. Like, so I could only imagine if you had homes to sell, or boats and cars and all these other things to get rid of, or businesses to close down, or even if you kept them open, you know, whatever that looks like. And getting them all their vaccines, all that, like, our trip went from, we think we're gonna spend like $8,000 to $15,000, to thinking, okay, 15,000 is all of it. And then it's like, no, it's not. You have to get their vaccines done. You have to do all these other things. There goes another $600 to $1,000 in vaccinations for the dogs. Like, so those of you that are going to do this, if you're not going to do it on your own, just expect to spend more than you think you're going to. I knew they needed vaccines. I knew they needed all these things, but I guess I didn't realize it was going to cost almost $1,000 for both of them to get their up-to-date vaccines. Like, that to me is kind of crazy. But they need it, you know, so it's just a lot, okay? It's a lot going on. It's overwhelming, but soon it will all be done. Soon we will be over there, and everything will be different. Everything will be better, and yeah, her kennel's put together for the most part. I just gotta put this little guy back on there and make sure that I'm doing it correctly. I would assume if I've royally jacked this up that they would fix it, but really it's just this, and then finding out what happened to her little bed. Then finishing up their vaccines, and then it's just waiting for the guy or girl to come pick them up. We haven't even gotten our plane tickets because we can't until we know when the dogs are leaving. So we're not going to be able to, we're going to book our tickets only like a month in advance. So hopefully they're not, you know, through the roof in a month, but, or a month out, because you can't request an import permit until 21 days after they've gotten all of their vaccines. They will not be done with their vaccines until a week before Thanksgiving, and then we have to wait 21 days. So we're looking at mid-December before they can request the import permit. Then however long that takes, then we'll know when it is that they're flying out. Then we'll be able to choose ours, which is great because it's right around Christmas and New Year's. So depending on prices, I'm going to wait until after New Year's, which, yeah, it'd only be about 2 weeks before flying, but I don't know. we'll figure it out. It's fine. It's just there's just so much going on right now, and it's not normally like this. So I just have to remind myself that it's temporary, that it'll, be done here pretty soon. Once my husband's race is done this week, he'll have a lot more free time to help out. Once the dog's vaccines are done, there's not really anything else I have to do in regards to that. The rest of it is pretty much on them. And then it'll be really starting to sell everything. We've sold some things, but we're still here until the end of January, so we can't sell everything yet. But I'm gonna start putting some more stuff up this week. But again, that's where we're at. I just wanted to show you guys the real side of it, and how kind of it's not all sunshine and freaking rainbows all the time, okay? But it's all right. It's all right. Thank you if you made it this far and seeing all my little frustrations and little mini explosions, if you will. See you guys in the next one.